We got 5 minutes on the clock, and we're going to go over 5 tips on how to get on other people's podcast show. My name is Josh, and I run Podcast Host Army. I've built a bunch of different shows, sold one, I've done 2,000 interviews, and I get pitched all day long by PR firms to try to get their clients onto our shows. So I'm going to share some tips. If you want to be on someone else's podcast show like mine, here are 5 tips to do that without the use of a PR firm, right? Love my PR buddies, but it could be expensive, paying up to $700 per episode to get on someone's show. So I'm going to give you 5 tips on how to do it on your own. Tip number 1, listen and share an episode, right? So actually download an episode, listen to it, and then share it on your social media. I use LinkedIn primarily. So it would go something like this. Hey guys, my community, I just listened to Josh's podcast, tag him, tag me, tag the, host of it on this with this guest. Here are some things I thought you would think would be helpful, right? So it's like, wow, someone listened to it, tagged the people in it, and shared it with your audience. So that's number 1, listen and share. 2, give a 5-star review, right? When I get a review, I get notified and I'm like, oh man, that's cool. And then I'm always looking, who do I know that did that? That was pretty cool. So then 3, I would comment on their social. So as the podcast host is sharing their podcast episodes, if you're consistently commenting and becoming a part of their community, they're going to get name recognition, and they're going to start seeing, wow, this person is adding a ton of value. They're engaged. I like them, right? You're building trust because you're doing stuff for them. 4, is something that you could do like a podcast swap, right? So if you have a podcast show, you could reach out and you say, hey, I listened, I shared, I commented, I gave you a 5-star review. Would you be open to some level of podcast swap? Now, I'll tell you that right there would get most people's attention, and they would say, I've seen you around. Good job. I'd be happy to do a podcast swap. But let's say you don't have a podcast to do a swap with, and you don't have a friend that could introduce you in or something like that, and you have to go for a cold outreach and shoot for the stars and hopefully get on their show. The 5th tip is probably the most valuable one that you could do. So you've already listened and shared. You've already gave a 5-star review. You've already been commenting on their social and engaging with their content. You don't have a friend or someone who could do an offer swap. So you have to create what I call the 3 W's, the win-win-win. All right. Everybody's looking through the lens of what's in it for me. Now, here's how you craft a win-win-win scenario for a podcast host. When you reach out, you're going to share, hey, I've been, I liked it. I listened, I shared, I reviewed, I've been engaging with this. I've been sharing it with my community. So right off the bat, they go, oh, wow, you're the person who's been doing that. That's cool, right? So you're going to just give them a little update, like maybe even copy and paste a 5-star review image in the email. Be like, I think you're awesome. And man, I would love to be on your show. Here's my thoughts on this. Here's a win for your audience. I think that I could add a lot of value to your audience by sharing some things that you talk a lot about deal making, about capital raising, fill in the blank. So you're going to say, this is how it benefits your audience. This is how it benefits me and my business. I have a product or service that I would like to talk about a little bit and how it relates to your product and service. And so that's how it benefits me, right? I'm not doing this because I just want to be nice and, talk to an audience. And then here's how it is a win for you. If anybody from your audience, I've already crafted a referral link for you and a source code for you. If anyone from your audience buys using that, I'd like to send you a referral. So you've crafted this pitch that says, I'm going to make it a win for your audience. I'm going to make it a win for me. And I'm also going to make it a win for you. So it's a win-win-win. If I see that and see how much work and engagement you've done prior to an interview, you're going to get bumped right in front of all of the PR firms. You're going to get bumped in front of past guests, because what I have is an ally. Right off the bat, an ally and a strategic partner and a potential affiliate relationship. So those are 5 tips, 5 ways, 5 things you can do to get on a podcast show. I hope these things are helpful for you, these 5-minute episodes where we just spit out as much value as we can. Head in to podcasthostarmy.com, to learn more.